Hey, how's it going, everybody? Joe Guam here. All right, so we got day 3 results of my journey on the carnivore diet to try and battle and fight this respiratory reflux. Just again, start this off. I'm not a professional. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a health professional. I'm just a guy who was diagnosed with laryngopharyngeal reflux, or otherwise known as silent reflux, singer's reflux, or respiratory reflux. I was diagnosed just last month, October of 2022, and I've gone through a couple of different diets to try and fight off and cure this reflux issue that I'm having. The full details is in the very first episode of this series in the introduction and background. If you want to hear more, but I started with Dr. Jamie Kaufman's acid reflux diet. It was okay. Then I moved over to Dr. Norm Robillard's fast track diet. And that was okay, but it didn't really do it for me. So now I'm on this carnivore diet, which is literally just meat, salt, and water. That's all I eat. I'm taking a lot of guidance and following along with a lot of the publications and content that is being put out by Dr. Anthony Chafee on YouTube. He also has a podcast called the Plant Free MD. He's a medical doctor and a neurosurgeon in America, and then he also has a Patreon and an Instagram channel. So it's Dr. Chafee. If you're out there, thank you very much for everything. All right, let's just jump into day 3 results, and we'll get this along the way. So overall, day 3 results was another good day for me. That's 3 good days in a row. That's a good trend, right? I didn't have any reflux again last night. I was able to sleep, no reflux. So that's day 3 and no reflux for 3 nights. That's awesome. My weight this morning was 188 pounds straight. So I lost 0.9 pounds. I'm going to see the expectation when you get on this diet is that you may lose or gain weight depending on what the equilibrium of your body is supposed to be. So if you are carrying excess fat and have a lot of extra weight on your skeleton, your body will naturally adjust, so you'll lose weight. If your skeleton is not accurately stabilized with muscles and tendons and all that kind of stuff, your body will gain weight to increase the strength of those muscles naturally. So your body may go up or down, is what I'm told. And then at some point, when you finally, level off, you'll find an equilibrium, which is the weight that you feel good at, your body's most stabilized at, your joints are stabilized, and that's the weight you're going to maintain. So I'm not sure what that is, but yesterday I weighed in at 188.9, and today I'm 188.0. So I'll just keep going. I'm going to try and eat a little bit more calories today to see if maybe I gain weight or how that feels. We'll just kind of testing it out. But I'm going to eat till I'm full for sure, and then eat a little bit more. No pain in the digestive tract again today, which is great. Soreness in the throat. I'm just going to do all of these in a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the worst possible outcome, 1 being the best possible outcome. Okay. So soreness in the throat area, it went down. So now it's at about a 3 out of 10, which is great. It's feeling so much better every single day. It might even be a 2 out of 10, but I'm just going to give it a 3 out of 10. Clear nasal mucus, still a little bit there. Definitely better than yesterday, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10, and we'll see how that goes. Voice, my hoarseness of the voice, I'm going to give this one probably a 4 out of 10, and we'll see how it goes, but it's definitely way better than it was day 1. My voice is a lot better today than it was day 1, so that's a great thing. The lump in the throat, called globus, it's the medical term. It feels like there's a lump in the throat because of swelling of the epiglottis. My lump in the throat has significantly gone down from 2 days ago. 2 days ago, it was really in there. It was maybe like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 2 days ago. But today, it's only like a 3 or maybe even a 2 out of 10. But I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 on the lump in the throat. So that's good. In terms of my stool, which is, if you're just watching this for the very first time, the stool is a big deal when it comes to the carnivore diet. It's what everybody talks about, so I'm not just talking. But my stool, and to explain, if your stool is normal and soft, it means you're taking in the right amount of fat. If your stool is really dry and hard, it means you're not getting enough animal fat. But if your stool is really on the opposite side where it's really wet, then you're getting in too much fat. So for me, I had one stool deposit yesterday. It was very little, it wasn't too much, but it was a 10 out of 10, meaning it wasn't so good. It was kind of wet and not good. Yeah, gross. But anyways, we'll just do that in numbers. 10 being wet, 1 being dry, or 1 being normal, right? So it wasn't good. So we'll see how it goes. But it was only very little. I didn't really deposit much. Okay. I drank alkaline water all day. Definitely almost 100 ounces of water, which is normal. I just drink a lot of water. Breakfast, I didn't eat breakfast yesterday. It was Sunday for me here. One, I just wasn't hungry. I woke up, I was still kind of full from the night before, but also because I was also preparing to eat a very big meal at Sunday brunch with my family. So this is an instance where I kind of adjusted my eating to meet, a nice little outing with my family for Sunday brunch. For those of you on Guam, I went to the Westin Sunday brunch, which was pretty cool. So lunch, 11 o'clock, I went to Sunday brunch at Westin, like I mentioned. And for those of you on Guam, I ate 2 full plates of the Angus beef that they serve on the teppanyaki grill, the made-to-order like fry grill on the side there. So I ate 2 full plates of Angus beef. It came out to about 16 ounces or a pound of steak with the fat. And for those of you guys, if you're trying this on Guam or anywhere else, you could just, this was a learning lesson for me. I got the steak up, I prepared it, I brought my own salt because a lot of the times they use iodized salt and I like kosher salt. So I brought my own salt and I salted it, and then I gave it to the teppanyaki chef, and I told him that I have some allergies, and that's a good term to use because for me, if I eat anything that has certain things in it, it causes me really bad bloating and gas, which I don't want. So that's kind of like an allergic reaction. It's not an anaphylactic allergy, but it's still an allergy in the sense that it causes me some unwanted symptoms, right? So told him I had an allergy, that I can't have this steak cooked with anything. No oils, no butter, no nothing. Literally just the steak on the pan. It's already been salted, just the steak on the pan, render the fat into crispy, make it crispy, and that's it. And it was pretty easy. The guys at Westin, shout out to them. They're super cool. They literally put it on a separate pan. It wasn't even on the same one as everybody else. They put it on a separate fry top on the flat top, and it came out well. So I ate 2 plates of that. I was full. Once I got full, I was done. So that was my lunch, and maybe a tip for you guys out there if you are going out to the restaurants and how to kind of approach it. Just say you have a very special diet. You could say that you have an allergy because some of the things they may use may cause you an adverse side effects in your stomach. So that's okay to say. And of course, if they go above and beyond, you might want to tip them. So it was cool. The 2 times I've been to the restaurant in the past 2 days, they've been super nice. They've been super accommodating, and I tipped them well. For dinner, about 5 p.m., I just ate a 7-ounce ribeye. So wasn't too hungry because I had a huge lunch. I ate till I was full, and it ended up being just like a nice 7-ounce ribeye, half of a ribeye. I'm doing something a little different tomorrow. I'm doing something a little different today, which is day 4, the next day. I'm going to try and eat till I'm full, but also eat in intervals because I want to see if I can take in a little bit more protein in the day and maybe gain a little bit more weight. So following Dr. Anthony Chafee, he says that when he was training for professional rugby, on those days, he'd eat 2 kilos, which is like 4.5 pounds of steak when he was training and training hard, when he was trying to bulk up. And then on the days that he wasn't training and using all that energy, he would just eat like 1 kilo. So I'm going to try and increase my caloric intake. Definitely eat till I'm full, but also eat a little bit more in intervals throughout the day. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if that's going to work too well, but we'll find out. In terms of sleep, that's the last thing. Sleep really went well for me last night. I sleep in a recliner because I have to sleep at a 45-degree angle with my legs propped up. So I sleep in a recliner. And last night I slept straight for 6 hours. Straight, like knocked out. I must have been really tired from the couple nights before, but I slept really well, knocked out for 6 hours. And then an outside noise woke me up. I'm a kind of a light sleeper. So an outside noise woke me up. It took me like an hour to get back to bed. when I finally went back to sleep, I slept knocked out again for 1.5 hours. The one thing I did hear from a lot of people is that when they went on this carnivore diet and kind of like their glucose level, the sugar levels all calmed down and balanced out and finally leveled out, that they were able to sleep a lot better. And I don't know if that's the case with me for the past 3 days, but man, last night was the first night that I actually had some really good knocked out sleep. Like, it was good. Yeah. So I hope that continues. So yeah, that's day 3 in the books. So far, so good. One thing I do notice is that my symptoms from the respiratory reflux, which is the soreness in the throat, the lump in the throat, the nasal, my symptoms are trending downward. And that's a great thing for me. So hopefully keep going. Yeah, I'll see you for day 4 tomorrow. As we say in the island of Guam, Hafides, Jesus Masi, and thanks everybody. Check you tomorrow.